Okay, friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see polygon plots. This is the output. This is the plot that we will actually try to create. Before seeing how to create this plot, what I would like to do is to answer some of my questions that were asked in the comment section in my previous video. One of them was how to differentiate between dimensions and measures. So this is a sample and made up data set that I have created. uh, Distinguishing between dimension and measure is a very simple process. There is a very simple technique to do it. uh, you can see this data table or the table in front of you now. If for a variable, the descriptive statistics, by descriptive statistics what I mean is, if the sorry mean, median, uh, first quartile, all these variables are making sense. Let us say, let us take average of height. So basically the average height of this data set is 152 centimeters. So this does make sense. Similarly, if I calculate the median height of this data set, then it will be 150 centimeters. So this makes sense, right? So then if all these descriptive statistics like mean, median, first quartile, third quartile, if all these things are making sense, then it is a measure and not a dimension. So this is the basic technique to identify or to distinguish between measure and dimension. Now similarly, does that mean that all measures are numerical? No, that is not the case. Let us say here one more variable that I have assigned, that is male and female. If I take mean of this column or of this variable, this is not going to make any sense. 0. 0.6 is not a category at all in male and female. This actually doesn't make any sense. So if these descriptive statistics for a variable are not making any sense, then it is a dimension and not a measure. So this is the basic rule of thumb. As an exercise, I have given you these variables. You can pause this video and see whether you are able to distinguish between a dimension and a measure. Okay, so welcome back. Let us see whether you are able to identify the dimension and the measure properly. This is a measure because the descriptive statistics for profit does make sense. For products, it doesn't make sense, and hence this is a dimension. And similarly, weight of a person does make sense, and the descriptive statistics for a weight of a person does make sense, and hence it's a measure. Whereas whether a given individual is passes a test or fails a test, uh, calculating descriptive statistics for pass or a fail doesn't make any sense. So that has to be a dimension. Generally, for dimension, what does make sense is count. So if you want to count, let us say, the number of females, then there are three females. So this does make sense. So for a dimension, generally what makes sense is the count, and for measure, what all the descriptive statistics make sense. So this is the basic rule of thumb. I hope you have got, or now onwards you will be very comfortable in distinguishing whether a variable is a measure or a dimension. Okay, so now coming back to this plot, in the last video. So before plotting this, what I would like to make you understand is, or basically going back to my previous video where I had asked you a question about route maps. The question was like whether if I remove this path order, the labels get distorted. Now, why is this happening? The reason this happens is, like, when we remove the path order, the labels get distorted, is because simply because Tableau doesn't know what is the source and the destination. What Tableau knows, it is the reason it is able to create this plot is because if you see the coordinates, or the every alternate coordinate is the same, and hence W is smart enough to identify that this will be that it has to connect all the other coordinates to this common coordinate, which it does. But Tableau doesn't understand like what is the end point or what is the starting point. It just connects to the coordinates to the center coordinate. Now how we can verify this is, if you remove this mark and if you go to line ends, now just select label end of the line. So now what is happening is, Tableau, these three paths, the end point is this, whereas the start point is the common point. Now if I reverse the selection, you can see for these paths, Tableau has automatically understood like the start point is this, and the end point is the common point. So now this is the confusion that Tableau is facing, and this is the reason like it is not able to recognize, since it is not able to recognize the source and the destination, it is not able to label the paths properly. So there are two ways to handle this. One is just mark all the labels at start of the line and labels at end of the line, and you will see that all the labels are now properly displayed. But again, if you see Berlin stock, this is still a little confusing, because here Berlin Rome and Berlin Stockholm, now this is no one will ever understand like what these two labels are meaning. On top of that, if I allow labels to overlap, then this that so many labels are overlapped here that you won't be able to understand anything. So what we do is we just select all, we select allow labels to overlap, and just we get path order to path. Now because the path order has these numbers 1 to 2, Tableau now understands like it has to connect point number 1 to point number 2. Because Tableau now know that it has to connect point number 1 to point number 2, it is now able to easily identify what is the source and the destination, and hence now all the labels are properly marked. The reason I am very much focused on this path order, because this is going to form the basic for our next plot, which is a polygon plot, which we are going to see in just a moment. This is something very similar to this we are going to plot. Okay, so let us learn how to create a basic polygon plot first before creating this plot. And once you are able to create a basic polygon plot, this plot will be a cakewalk. That is something that I promise. So this data source of basic polygon map, which is nothing but this is data source. So to study the data source, we are going to create a hexagon. These are the coordinates that we are going to use, and this is the path order. Now this path order is very much similar to the path order we used here. What basically this means is it tells Tableau to which is the path to follow while creating the hexagon. Here we were telling the Tableau what is the source and the destination. Since there were only 2 points for a particular path ID, there were only 2 points. One was source and one was destination. So basically we were telling the Tableau that connect point 1 to point 2. Here we will tell Tableau to connect point 1 to 2 to 3 and so on to 6. So this is the reason I was stressing very much on this path order. We will drag X to columns, Y to rows. Now initially you will see only 1 point here. The reason this is because these are measures. Tableau is automatically summing the total X and total Y and giving a coordinate only 1 here. So basically this X and Y is nothing but sum of this X, which is 36, and Y, which is again 36. We have to make one change in the setting, in the aggregate setting, so that Tableau doesn't aggregate or doesn't sum up the total X's and total Y's, and that is we have to go to analysis and just deselect this aggregate measures. Now we will get the coordinates properly. Now what we have to select is in the marks card, go instead of automatic, select polygon. Now, once we select polygon, we see that this is a random shape that Tableau has given us. And the reason is because Tableau still doesn't know in which order we have to connect the path. To help Tableau understand that in which order it has to connect the path, we are going to use the path order variable. We'll take path order and drag it to path, and that's it. Now, since Tableau knows that it has to follow this particular path in connecting while creating the hexagon, it has connected the dots perfectly, and we are getting a hexagon. So this is the basic way of creating an hexagon, and we'll use this exact same procedure to create this. So now that you have understand how to create a basic hexagon, let us create this plot. So let us have a look at the dataset first. So there are in total 6 variables. We'll mostly be using all the variables in our analysis. This is park name. So we can see if we apply a filter, we can see that there are these many parks that we are going to plot. Polygon ID is nothing but a unique ID for each park name. So basically what we can see that there will be in all 15 parks, and each park has a polygon ID. So this is randomly selected. Now for each polygon ID, this is the point ID. So point ID is nothing but path order, which we saw in this basic polygon map. So this will help, the point ID will help the Tableau to know that for a particular park, that is, let's say for this park or for a polygon ID of 5, how to connect the dots. These are the coordinates for each and every point ID. Number of trees is nothing but number of trees present in a particular park. So basically what it says is there are 1,000 trees in Dartmoor National Park. So let us plot. Sheet 3. I have already have this data source loaded. So first what we'll do is we'll first take latitude and longitude to dimensions. So as you can see, it is not showing very properly, and the reason is, I'll tell you a reason in a minute. The reason is the maps, background maps, none is selected. So I request you to, if in your Tableau as well, this is none option is selected, then please select Tableau, and then again move longitude to column and latitude to rows, and now we can see that there is a proper map for England, and we can see that the IDs, the longitudes and latitudes for each and every row are properly plotted. So again, the procedure remains the same. First we have transferred the coordinates. Now we'll select this as polygon. We'll get something which is not at all desirable. Then the next is take point ID to path. Again, this is not desirable because it has randomly connected points. So what Tableau has done is it has randomly connected these points from one to any number of points. I think the maximum here is, as we can see, 779. So Tableau has randomly connected these points, and we don't want this level of detail. We want a little the level of detail should be a little higher and not at this detail. So what we'll do is we'll take polygon ID and transfer it to detail. Now we can see that we are able to see all the parks and the dots are connected in a right manner. So what Tableau has now done is, for a particular polygon ID, let's say for polygon ID 5, uh, it has connected all the points perfectly. Like it has connected from point 1. So if I just apply a filter here and select only 5, what it has done, it has connected points 1 to point 153 in a perfect manner, and hence we are able to get a good plot. We are able to see a good plot. the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to take park name and drag it to the color, and that's it. So now we have recreated the plot that we initially thought of creating, and this is the way to do it. So as you can see, for a particular polygon ID or for a particular park name, what Tableau has done is, for example, for this park, Dartmoor Park, Tableau knows we have selected polygon as one of the options in the marks card, and Tableau knows that for polygon ID 5, it has to join or the connected dots from 1 to 153. So now we have recreated this plot successfully. Okay, so one more thing that I want to show here is, if we take the number of trees and put it into the colors card, let us see what happens. Now we can see a legend here, like the minimum is 500 and maximum is 10,000, and the shades, like different shades of green, and it like it denotes that the lightest shade is denotes the 500, and the darkest denotes 10,000. But on the contrary, if we see that for, let's say, for polygon ID 6, so now let us check whether it's showing correctly. So for polygon, I'll just select polygon ID 6 here. The number of trees are 5,000, and it has the darkest shade, whereas polygon ID 3, well, it has 10,000. So polygon ID 3, or the this Lake District National Park, has total of 10,000 trees in it, whereas this park name with polygon ID 6, which was in a minute I will check, Exmoor National Park, had only 5,000 trees in it. But this is darker, whereas the park with 10,000 trees is actually with a much lighter shade. So what's exactly happening here? That we have to check, because this is not correct, getting plotted correctly. So what has happened? And in fact, if you also see, the shades are not much distinguishable. Now you exactly, by looking, you exactly cannot say like whether this park and this park have exactly the same number of trees or not. Now what has happened here is, Tableau has by default taken the point ID, that is the first row for a particular park name or for a particular polygon ID. Whatever number of trees are present in point ID number 1, it has by default taken that to get the color. So, and because of that, if you see, for Dartmoor, it has given 1,000 trees, that is for polygon ID 5, whereas for for Lake District National Park, if you see, there are 10,000 trees, but it is not correctly placed. It is placed at point ID 28. So what I'll do is, I'll just place the number of trees at the correct location in the data set, and I'll refresh the data set and see whether something good happens out of it. Okay, so what I have done is, I have I have entered, like placed the number of trees correctly for point ID 1 for each and every park name. So let us just check whether it is correctly placed. And now we can see for each and every point ID 1, we have a number of trees correctly. So I'll just save this. And I'll check whether this works. I'll just refresh the dataset. Okay, so now we can see that Tableau is now able to distinguish uh, for, between different parks correctly according to the number of trees. So we can correctly say that this park with polygon ID 3 has higher number of trees as compared to a park with polygon ID 258. Oh, sorry, polygon ID 13. Okay, so that's it in this video. We have seen how to recreate polygon maps in the simplest way possible. If you have liked this video, then please hit the like button. If you are passionate about data science, data analytics, Tableau, R, and want to see more videos of such kind, then please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get constantly updated about the videos that I keep on posting in this on my YouTube channel, then please hit the bell button. Thank you, and see you again. Happy learning. One more thing before ending the video that I would like to tell is the datasets that I am using for my videos are all there on the drive, on the Google Drive, and the link for the drive is given in the comment section. So you can download the dataset from there and you can practice. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Happy learning.